So now we're doing TryHackMe Pre-Security Linux Fundamentals Part 3, Task 7, Maintaining Our System Package Management. All right. We don't even need the attack box open for this one. It's just going to be a wall of text that's going to be very hard to retain, but we're going to go through it anyway. Why not? All right, so here we go. Introducing packages and software repos. When developers wish to submit software to the community, they will submit it to an apt repository, believe it or not. If approved, their programs and tools will be released into the wild, okay? Two of the most redeeming features of Linux shine to light here: user accessibility and the merit of open source tools. Okay. When using the ls command on an Ubuntu 20.04 Linux machine, these files serve as the gateway or registry, okay? And if we do ls here, we can see this apt.conf.d, and I think that's the one they're talking about. And then we've got all this stuff here, which I have no idea what's going on there. So while operating system vendors will maintain their own repositories, I believe it, we can also add community repositories to our list. This allows us to extend the capabilities of our operating system. Additional repositories can be added by using the add apt repository command or by listing another provider. Okay. For example, some vendors will have a repository that is closer to their geographical location. Okay. Managing our repositories, adding and removing. Okay. So normally we use the apt command to install software onto our Ubuntu system. The apt command is a part of the package management software, also named apt. Apt contains a whole suite of tools that allows us to manage the packages and sources of our software, and to install or remove software at the same time, believe it or not. So one method of adding repositories is to use the add apt repository command like illustrated above. But we're going to walk through the adding and removing a repository manually. While we can install software through the use of package installers such as dpackage, the benefits of apt means that whenever we update our system, the repository that contains the pieces of software that we add also gets checked for updates. Okay. So in this example, we're going to add to the we're going to add the text editor Sublime Text to our Ubuntu machine as a repository, as it is not part of the default Ubuntu repositories. Okay. When adding software, the integrity of what we download is guaranteed by the use. Is our repository software? Is this just the jargon way of saying this? I don't know, honestly. Anyway, so what we download is guaranteed by the use of what is called GPG or GNU Privacy Guard keys. Okay. So these keys are essentially a safety check from the developer saying, here's our software. All right. If the keys do not match up to what our system trusts and what the developers used, then the software will not be downloaded. I mean, that sounds good, right? So to start, we need to add the GPG key for the developers of Sublime Text 3. Okay, so I guess we're downloading Sublime Text 3, and instead of calling it software, we're going to be calling it some repositories. I don't know. Note that TryHackMe instances do not have internet access, so we're not expected to add this to the machine that we deploy because it would fail, okay? So let's download the GPG key and use apt key to trust it. So we'll do a wget, and then we'll have a -qo hyphen, and then HTTP. We'll have this website right here. This is where we get it from. And then we'll have sudo and then apt key add. Okay. Now that we have added this key to our trusted list. Huh? What key? What? Oh, this is the key. Okay. Oh, GPG. Yeah, this is the key. Okay. So now that we've added this key to our trusted list, we can now add Sublime Text 3's repository to our apt sources list. All right. A good practice is to have a separate file for every different community or third-party repository that we add. I mean, I guess that makes sense. but since we can't like get any hands-on, I really don't know what they're talking about. All right, so here's 2.1. So we're going to create a file named sublimetext.list in this directory and enter the repository information like thus. All right, so touch, and then we do sublimetext.list, and when we list it out, it's right there. All right. So now we're going to use Nano or a text editor of our choice to add and save the Sublime Text 3 repository into this newly created file. Okay. But how does it know? Where's the Sublime? What? Is there more to this picture? I don't know, man. I don't know. How, like, where's this at? I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. After we've added this entry, we need to update app to recognize this new entry. All right. So I guess first we're going to create this file, and then we're going to somehow inject this stuff into this file. I guess that's how it's done in this case. So anyway, so after we've added, we need to update the app to recognize the new entry. All right. And this is done using the apt update command. Once successfully updated, we can now proceed to install the software that we've trusted and added to apt using this command. Okay, apt install Sublime Text. Bro, I'm so confused. I'm not like super confused, but hopefully we'll go over this a lot later when we're going through TryHackMe. Anyway, let's just keep going. So removing packages is easy as reversing. The process is done by using the add apt repository --remove. Remember, 2 hyphens if it's a full word. And then we'll say PPA :PPA name /PPA, okay, command, or by manually deleting the file that we previously added to. Once removed, we can just use apt remove. So was this made on like a Friday and they were just trying to get out of here? I don't know, man. But we're going to use apt remove and then software name here. For example, apt removed Sublime Text. Okay, there we go. So since TryHackMe instances do not have internet connection, this task only requires us to read through the material. This is like the third. I read it silently first, did a little rehearsal, and this is my third time reading it, and okay, complete. All right. So now we're on to task 8, maintaining our system logs, and we'll see you next time.